Good morning, happy Friday, and happy weekend. I'm popping in just a little early because I want to talk about the sweet stuff, the healthy sugars versus, of course, the unhealthy sugars um, as part of our continuation of the National Nutrition Month. Um, as always, I'm going to text all this information after I finish the workout. So maybe at some point today, I'll make sure that I post it. If you miss it, don't worry about it. I guess the main question to ask yourself is, are you eating too much sugar? Really, according to the dietary guidelines, men should have about 150 calories a day. That's like 37.5 grams. And women should have about 100 calories a day, which is about 25 grams. But the dietary guidelines really state that, we need to limit our intake to less than 10% of our daily intake. And of course, natural sugars are best. And so that means fruits, which some of my favorites are blackberries and blueberries that are so rich in antioxidants, as well as strawberries and raspberries. I love all the berries. You can't go wrong with the berries. I do eat like probably a banana a day for the potassium, and I love to either put the banana in my oatmeal or my protein shakes or my cereal. But the foods to really avoid to minimize your intake of sugar is, of course, soft drinks. Fruit juices are so high. I know they taste great, but maybe you want to dilute them a little bit in some purified water if you really don't want to give them up. Candies and sweets, that's a no-brainer. Really, it's what I was really struck by when I did some research on this is that it literally is like the worst thing that we can put into our bodies, because it just increases inflammation, leads to so many different chronic illnesses in the body. It's like the single worst ingredient in the modern diet, sugar. And there's no calories, no added, there's calories with zero added nutrients. It can damage the metabolism in the long run. And as I said, it can cause inflammation in the body, which is not good for our joints, not good. Hi, Ginny, how are you doing today? I'm talking a little bit about sugar. How are you doing with your sugar intake? Gosh, I used to have such a problem with sugar. I'm going to be honest. When I was about, I think from the ages of like 18 to 24, I had no control over the amount of sugar I took in. My mom, God bless her, was a major baker. And every Saturday, I would wake up to a potpourri of everything you can think of, from brownies to cookies to pies to homemade bread to, I can't even tell you. It was just ridiculous. And so I would just eat those chocolate chip cookies coming out of the oven until I literally couldn't eat anymore, until I got sick. And, we were just never taught to control our impulses. So I developed a really bad, unhealthy habit and compulsive overeating with sugar. And when I graduated from high school, I gained about 10 pounds just being a lifeguard, sitting on my butt all day in that lifeguard chair, eating sweets all day. And that escalated to about 40 to 45 pounds that took me so many years to get rid of and to just kind of beat that addictive behavior that I had to the sugar, and having some accountability. And now I'm happy to say that I can have a piece of dark chocolate, or I can have a piece of a cookie, or I try to stay more to the low sugar, gluten-free stuff, but it doesn't, trigger that crazy cycle for me. But it was a process, and I always say that if you can just starve your body for 21 days of the sugars that your body won't crave them as much. And you're going to be feeling so much better. I mean, you're going to have more energy. You're going to have less achiness in your joints because you're going to be reducing that inflammation. It's just overall just a healthy thing to do. So if that's a problem you have, you know, why don't we just kind of all join in, and maybe you can add some of your favorite healthy recipes with really low sugar or no sugar, or healthy sugar substitutes. You know, let's help each other out with this, because I know from being, you know, a private trainer and, you know, being in this field for 30 years now, that I hear this more than not, you know, that either people cannot conquer the sugar or the starchy carbs addiction. And so it's kind of like a lifelong battle. And, you know, I just encourage you, maybe for just the next 21 days, keep track, like we've been keeping track of all of our other, you know, our protein grams, our carbohydrate grams, our healthy fat grams, and now let's keep track of our sugars. And I believe it was Craig that chimed in and said he's got a free app called Losing It that keeps track of all those grams for you. So why don't we just kind of do that? Let's just be accountable with ourselves for the next 21 days and see how we're doing. So my advice, again, is to drink water instead of the fruit juices and the high sugar teas and all that kind of stuff that we take in. And instead of sugar in recipes, maybe try cinnamon, nutmeg, almond extract, vanilla, ginger, or lemon instead. And then, you know, a natural 0-calorie sweet alternative that I use for my coffee, for my cereal. Anytime I want to sweeten anything up, I either use stevia or Truvia or some raw honey. So those are my little tips for today. I'm just looking to see if I missed anything. Yeah, how to minimize sugar in your diet is to avoid the soft drinks, the fruit juices, the candies and sweets, the baked goods, of course. You know, God bless my mother. You know, she just loved to bake. And I love to eat. Fruits canned in syrup, and low fat or diet foods, because usually they're really high in sugar. So today is my half board, half floor workout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a seated warm up here. How are you doing, Vicki? How are you doing, Ginny? How are you doing, Ken? Welcome. So first I'm just going to do a nice core warm up. So we're going to bring our arms up and we're going to exhale down, and that knee comes up. So we're going to alternate. And I just want you to think about pulling your abdominals in. Really feel that stretch and just tap the toe down on the floor. It's going to be a beautiful day here in Denver. The snow is still here, but you know, most of it is melted. I think we're going to get more snow on Saturday. But it's nice now, isn't it, that we have the clock change and it's light now until about 7:30. That's always kind of nice, isn't it? Just warming you up nice and easy. And let's just get 4 more of these. Reach. And last one here. And then just step it out a little bit. Okay, now we're going to bring those hands center, plant those feet, and we're just going to do a nice, easy waist twist. So I want you to relax your abdominals, just starting to get that energy flowing through your body. Get the blood circulating into those muscles. So I want you to have the short bands attached to the front, have your long bands handy, and of course your water and your towel. So if you want to take a moment to do that, That's great. Otherwise, you're just going to join me here for this seated workout or seated warm-up. And we're just going to do 4 more. So you are relaxing your abdominals here and just breathing normally. And last one, and then release. Okay, now we're just going to go into an easy side reach. So I want you to lengthen your side body, reach through those fingertips. Try to get that elbow next to your ear and use your breath. So do you have any plans for the weekend? It's kind of amazing because so many things are opening up now. I still hope that you're being careful, of course, being safe. Wondering how many of you had your second vaccination. I'm due for my first one, the end of the month. My sister had her second, and she reported some achiness, a little bit of chills, a little bit of feverish feeling, kind of just yucky. Everybody's so different, you know, because I also know people that had their second vaccination that felt nothing at all except for some soreness in the arm, which is what we feel after we get our flu shot, right? Okay, let's get 4 more of these. Really extend. And relax. Okay, now we're going to stand on up, and I'm going to have you do some standing balance moves. So first, actually, well, I'm going to try the chair here. We're going to do the clock reach. I'm going to adjust this a little bit. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring the leg up. The standing leg is bent. And then with the opposite arm, you're going to reach to that 12 o'clock position, then out to the side to that 3, and then down to the 6, and then cross over your body to the 9, and then release. And then we're going to switch. So remember the chair's there if you need it, right? So first, bring the arm up, out to the side, cross it behind you. Whoop, see, I lost it. And across the body. This side is definitely wobbly. And then release. This is just always a great way to gauge how your balance is improving after doing all these classes, right? You're just going to go at your own pace here. Use the chair if you need to. And do engage your core here, okay? So that's going to stabilize you. Think about the pressure points in your feet. Get stable before you take that hand off. I don't know, I think I just did this side, but you're alternating. I'm really working the brain-body connection here, talking and maneuvering. And last one here. And release. So how did you do with that? Okay, the next balance drill, we're going to do that one leg dynamic balance. So you are going to keep that standing leg bent. And what you're going to do is you're going to hinge from the waist with a bent leg and then bring the knee up in front. So we're really stabilizing that right leg. We're thinking about the pressure points in our feet. We're engaging our core, and we are utilizing our breath here. Pick that focal point. How are you doing? Are you able to maintain your balance with this? The chair is right there if you need it. And we're just going to do 2 more. And this is the last one. And bring that knee up. Okay, and then just kick it out. Release it. How did you do with that one? Okay, this is such a great way to check your progress. You know, let's bring the leg up and opposite arm, and let's go for it. Hinge, you can go as slow as you need to, or you can speed it up. But really think about grounding that foot, stabilizing. This is really great for ankle and knee and foot stabilization. Use that core, engage that core. I'm a little bit wobbly on this side. I'm moving in slow motion, right? Whew, this one's harder. And one more. Here we go. And then just kick it out. Whew. That really works that standing leg, right? Okay, now we are just going to go into our one leg balance. So stabilize that right leg. And when you're ready, lift and just hold here and breathe. And we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Drop the shoulders, pull the abdominals in. And if you're feeling like you want to challenge yourself, you can close your eyes. Which really is challenging. Woo, and release. But so great because you really do have to work that inner focus so much more. And boy, does that brain go right into those feet, those pressure points in your feet, right? Okay, now let's stabilize the left. When you're ready, let's lift, pull your abs in, pick that focal point. And if you're feeling stable and you want to try to close your eyes, I'm going to try. Boy, that's tricky. How did you do? I didn't do that great. And release. Wow, okay. Kick it on out. And now we are going to take the chair behind the board. I'm going to put on some music and we're going to get moving and grooving. So always have that chair handy. And let's get this party started. Hopefully you can hear that music. Okay, first let's step. Just press that heel down into the floor. Keep the board center. For 4 and press. 3 and 2 and 1. Plant both heels. Good. Knee ups. Bring it up hip level if you can. And you can slow this down if you need to, but come down soft. Then you want to add the opposite arm. Lengthen your side body, lift and breathe. Really going to get nice and warmed up here. You feeling good today? Feeling energized? I hope so. You know, if you eat a lot of sugar too, boy, especially if you have like a pastry or something like that, or even a bagel that breaks down to just sugar and fat, it's going to make you pretty lethargic, you know? You got to consider your fuel sources, the ones that give you energy, right? Like the whole grain oatmeal with some blueberries or sliced bananas or some scrambled eggs. All that's really great for breakfast. reach, or Greek yogurt and blueberries, but try to stay away from the sweetened yogurts. Use that honey or the stevia to sweeten it if you need to. Something to think about. 2 more. And march. Come down soft. That really warms up your hip flexors, doesn't it? Gets your heart rate up too, which is really good. Now we're going to go into more of a wide walk, but I do look, I'm pushing my hips back slightly. And just come down really soft into the floor. And breathe. You can come down a little lower if you like. If you come down lower, you're going to activate your thighs a little bit more and your glutes. I like to call this the booty walk. Warming up those glutes. For 4, 3, power it. 2, and 1. Now we're going to go into our hamstring curls. Warm up those hamstrings. And then, as always, if you want to, add the arms up. Now pull back. So if you're new with me today, please, please, please pace yourself. Listen to your body and just do what you can. If you want to just step in place, that's completely fine. If you need to take a break and have a seat, just try to do either some knee lifts or march it out while sitting down, or bring your arms up and just do this move. We're all going at our own pace. We're all at different levels here. Okay, we're going to do 4 and pull, 3, exhale back, 2, and 1. Now side step it. Keep that board center. Focusing a little bit more on those outer thighs. For 4 and step. 3 and 2. Last one here, and bring it center, march it out. Now we're going to do that shift and lift. So first, take your hands off, stabilize your body. Feet are just about shoulder width apart. Lift, step, lift. So lead with the heel of that foot. Just a slight bend of the knee when you come center. But remember again, it doesn't matter how high that leg comes up. You're just trying to keep that foot parallel to the floor because the focus is here. So look, if you can only just go here, you're still working those abductors. And when that foot comes down, really think about all those pressure points in your feet. I went to my foot zapper yesterday. It's so great. He's got this shock therapy machine, and it's helped me avoid surgery on both of my feet. I know I've mentioned it before. I've got Morton's neuromas in both of my 4th toes. It can be quite painful, but going to him on a regular basis, he zaps those nerves. Whew, it's not fun, but it just has saved me completely from surgery. And now he's zapping my carpal tunnel. So I'm going to avoid having to get surgery on this left side. I got it on the right before I found him. I know I've been talking, so your outer thigh is probably screaming. 1 more each side. It's distracting for me. Good. Okay, let's march it out. Whew. I like to pat it out afterwards. You can get the knee up a little higher if you like. And if you don't want to march in place, you know you can just go back into that step, right? Just doing a nice low impact cardio warm up here. Burn some calories, right? Burn some fat. I don't think I have to tell you the worst thing you can do is eat sugar late at night. Oh my God, that's like a double whammy, you know? Just starve your body for 21 days of sugar. And I promise you, you're not gonna crave it anymore. That's what I did. It worked for me. So I shouldn't really make a promise, but I'm telling you, usually 21 days to kick a bad habit. Okay, now let's stabilize, and we're gonna warm up our inner thighs. So bring those legs a little wider and just press and press. I really want you to drop that board because I want you to look down and make sure that that knee is tracking over your toe line. It should be in alignment with your toe. And you're listening to your knees. If this bothers your knees, then just do a side step or march in place. Just do a modifier, okay? But press into it, press. Just really engaging those inner thighs. You can grab down a little bit lower on those poles too if you need to. Adjust your stance if you need to. And now we're going to hold it over to the side. And we're just going to stretch it up and over. Breathe. And then we're going to switch to the other side. Hold. Get that arm up and over and breathe. And then bring it back. And we're going to go back to side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bring it center, bring the toes forward, walk them in a little bit, bring them shoulder width apart, and we're going to do that low back flow. So you're going to inhale, look up, arch your back. Exhale, draw the lower stomach in, the belly button into your low back, tuck your chin. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round your back, chin to chest. Pull your abdominals in tight. Inhale, look up. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, look up. Exhale, draw it in tight. Hold this. And then slowly standing up. Walk forward, and let's go into our calf raises. Lift, press the heel down. Keep that board center. Your hands are barely touching those poles. They're there if you need them. Exhale as you come up on the ball of that foot. You feeling good? Hope so. Really working those calf muscles for 4 and 3. 2, last one. Let's hold it at the top. Hold it. And if you're feeling stable, remember you're keeping those glutes tight. The abdominals are in. And if you want to try to take one hand off, if that feels good, you can try taking the other hand off. And if you feel really confident, you want to try to close your eyes. Whoop. I'm going to try again. That's a challenge. Whew. How did you do? I was able to maintain it for a couple of seconds. Drop the heels, feet a little wider. Let's release it. Leg curl. Knees are soft. For 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, sidestep it. For 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Let's march it. And you're going to grab a quick drink of water, and we're going to go into some of our board exercises. Okay, so first, we're going to step up, and then we're going to go into a leg extension, and then step down. So watch me first. You're going to step up, bring the knee up, extend, bring it in, step down and down. Step center, lift the knee, find your center, extend, bring it in, step down and switch. Now we're going to go at our own pace here. The key is trying to find that center balance when you hit it up here, when the knee comes up, and then go into your leg extension. It's a little challenging, but take your time. Knee up, extend, bring it in, step down. This is really working your proprioceptors, right? You're thinking about those pressure points in your feet always. If you have to slow it way down, that's okay. Just try to get that full leg extension. How are you doing? Okay, now we're going to hold it up there. Find the center, drop your shoulders, and repeat the leg extension. Exhale out. I'm struggling to find that center today. It's okay. Muscles are firing and triggering like crazy to help me stabilize. How are you doing? 4, 3, and 2. Last one here. Step it down and switch. Step center, bring that knee up, find that center. So you're keeping that standing leg bent. Here we go, extend. Wow. You know, some days, what can I tell you? Some days you might be a little bit off. You might have a harder time like I'm having. That's okay. The fact is you're here. You've shown up. You didn't make an excuse like Dan talked about yesterday. You're up for the challenge. And that's what it takes to improve, right? Let's do one more. And then step it back and back. Side step it here. And then just release by tapping your calf muscle. Keep the board center. For 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, just sidestep here, and then let's march it out. Okay, now we're going to work on that leg curl. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to step center and do the leg curl and then step down, and we're going to alternate. So first we are going to stabilize. Step up to that center line. Leg curl, down and down. Step up, leg curl, down and down. Try to keep that board center, but don't tighten up your shoulders. Don't hunch those shoulders up. Just pull your abs in. It really always helps to pick that focal point. So really plant that foot, then lift and think about the back of your thigh. Think about those hamstrings. Exhale up. Are you with me? So you're slightly pressing forward when you come up, and you're kicking your butt cheek. Okay, we're going to do one more on each side, and then we're going to go into the repeaters. So we're going to step up, lean into it, try to find that center. Gosh, I'm struggling today. And repeat. Drop the shoulders, abs in tight, use your breath. Stabilize. Working that standing leg like crazy for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold it at the top. Hold that center balance. And release and release. How did you do? Okay, step forward with the other leg, press forward, come up. Find that center. Here we go. Repeaters. I'm looking right at the 60 up logo. Thinking about that back leg coming up through thick air, adding a little bit more resistance here. Try not to grip those poles too tightly. And if you just simply want to rock back and forth, or you simply want to just find your center and work on that, that's absolutely 100% okay. Two more times. Hold it at the top. And release, release. Woo! Knee ups. How did you do with that? It's really the biggest challenge, or the first challenge of the day, right? As far as balance goes. Opposite arm, opposite knee. Just release, but still getting your heart rate up. This is such a great low impact cardio move, and it doesn't stress your joints. So really think about coming down soft into the floor. Reach. You can slow it down for 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to go into an alternating oblique. Bring your arms here. Elbow to the knee. Exhale down. Now look, if you find that you're losing your balance, then use the pole and just do one leg at a time. Otherwise, here we go. Just working your obliques a little bit here, building strength, even more strength and endurance in your core, because you know we're working your core through the entire workout, right? Just to stabilize, we are always engaging our abdominal muscles. Let's get 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Now side step it, release, release. 4, 3 and 2 and 1. Let's bring it center. Let's march it out. Come down soft. Don't pound that floor. Use the power of your arms to increase the energy level, right? It's a little bit more of a cardio workout here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, now step it out. How are you doing? Okay, let's get a quick drink of water, and we're gonna go into some upper body with the bands. Water break. Okay, you ready? First, we're gonna step up behind the 2 and the 2. Bend your knees, rock side to side. You know what I just realized? I have to bring the poles to the inside. I forgot. Sorry, Dan. Okay, drop the board down, step down. Let's move the poles. Just as good because it gives you a little bit more room for your range of motion. Are you getting better? You getting faster at moving those poles? I like to stabilize it with my other knee. Okay, now we're ready. Okay, here we go. Step up behind the 2 and the 2, rock side to side. How did you feel after my Monday lower body class? Did you notice a little difference? Were your muscles a little stiffer than normal? Are you doing enough stretching? I hope so. Okay, now ready? Let's find that center. Tuck that pelvis under. Work on that stability. Find center balance. Engage the core. And when you have achieved that and you feel good, I'm kind of halfway there. Let's take the handles off. I'm just going to push my hips back slightly. And then I'm going to go into my double row. Exhale up. So we're thinking about that walnut in between your shoulder blades, and you're going to crack that walnut, right? Squeeze it. Stabilize your lower body. Think about those pressure points in your feet. Use your breath. Then hold it at the top. Are you able to find the center? Release it slowly, and we're going to do 8 more reps. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, exhale up, 5, and 4, 3, 2, hold it at the top. Come down a little deeper if you'd like. Really at center. And release slowly. Put them back. rock side to side. And then let's release those legs, okay? Let's just tap, step, and tap. We really work the lower body while we're doing the upper body strengthening work. So listen, you don't have to do all the reps I'm doing. You can completely go at your own pace. You're just really always paying attention, right? You're listening in. You're never forcing anything, okay? That's really key, because the last thing I want is for you to push yourself and injure yourself, and then you're, out and you're down for the count for a couple of weeks. So this is about your journey and just doing the best you can every time, right? That's it. That's all we can do. The best we can every day. For 4 and 3 and 2. Last one here. Good. Now keep it a little wider. So we're going behind the 3 and the 3. My hips are just slightly pressed back. And then you are again going to find that center. Wow. Okay, I'm working it. Pick that focal point. How are you doing? Let's just hold it for a few more seconds. Okay, good. Rock side to side. And press, and press. Now, when you press, you're thinking about the weight going into the outside of that foot. Press, press. For 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Drop the board, step behind the 1 and the 1, and just shift the hip side to side. Rock it out. 4, 3, 2, let's find the center. It really helps when I tighten my glutes, tighten my abs, pick that focal point, drop the shoulders, and when you're feeling stable, we're going to unhook again. I'm kind of all over the place, but let's do it. Bicep curls. Here we go. Full range. Exhale up. How are you doing? Are you thinking about those pressure points in your feet? Are you keeping your wrist solid? I developed carpal tunnel from all those test groups I had to do when creating Slim and 6 for Beachbody. I was working out 3 times a day, pretty much 6 days a week, doing lots of push-ups and a lot of tricep extensions with the bands and just overtraining. And plus it kind of runs in my family. 5 people in my family have had carpal tunnel surgery. I guess we have narrow tendons or something, but anyway, it's not fun. So really pay attention that you're not flexing or extending that wrist. Now hold it at the top, hold it. We're going to do tight pulses if you can. Exhale up. If you need to take a break, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm really feeling it. Hold. Release it slowly. And then hook them back. Open the feet a little wider and step and tap, step and tap. Boy, I'm telling you what, nothing is going to help you to build your strength and endurance like those exercises. You are working everything. You know, these are bragging rights, really. You know, to all your friends and family, you've got bragging rights. This is challenging me in all kinds of new and different ways, and I love it. I'm always up for a challenge. How about you? I know from your comments that you are challenging yourself, and I am just super proud of you, because most people, you know what? They're sitting on their couch right now. They're not motivating to move their bodies. Our bodies are meant to move. Not to be sedentary, because you know what that leads to, and we don't want it. I don't want any part of it. For 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Let's drop the board to the side, step it down, step it down. Let's get a quick drink of water, and we're gonna go into our floor cardio break. So first, what I want you to do is reach up and over. Now look, I'm tapping my toe, and just really extend and lengthen your side body. Reach through those fingertips. For 4, and reach. 3, and 2, and 1. Now we're gonna hold it here. Now look, you're gonna crunch, step back. Get that knee up and pull your lower abdominals in. But look, I'm not riding back like this. I'm keeping all my weight in that front leg. And you can use the pole here if you need to. Just step it back and crunch. Exhale down as you crunch. Standing core moves, super effective. Especially, you know, for those of you that hate getting up and down off the floor, these standing core moves are good. They're just as effective to strengthening those abdominals. For 4, crunch it. 3, and 2. Last one here. Bring it center. Reach it up and over. Lengthen. Tap that toe. Knees are soft. Are you with me? You could slow it down. You can have a seat and march it out and just do the side reach. It's up to you. Wherever you're at is perfect. 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Now hold it here. Here we go. Crunch. What I've learned as I've gotten older, that acceptance is the key. And I've learned to manage my expectations over people, places, and things. So I don't get caught up in the drama or the negativity or the conflict. It's really helped me stay centered. And I encourage you to try it as well. For 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring it center. Reach it up and over. It's really staying mindful. And instead of reacting when upset, practicing the pause. Just take some cleansing breaths or meditate and ask for guidance on it before reacting. I always say it, forget it, write it, regret it, but never react when feeling emotional or triggered. I've learned that the hard way. How about you? For 4, reach. 3, extend, 2, and 1. Hamstring curls. Gosh, that time goes fast. I had to do a second look because I thought, is that right? It can't be. For 4 and 3, 2, last one here. Side step it. For 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Let's march it. Okay, you need another quick drink? I do. Okay, we're going to get back up there. We're going to do our plies. So first we're stepping behind the 3 and then the 3. Angle those toes out. Your back is super straight. And just rock side to side. Now you could just stay doing this if you want. Or if you prefer, let's try to find that center balance. Really engaging those inner thighs here. Wow. Whew, I have to give mine a little wee break. Okay. I'm just trying to not grip the poles so much. Now you could just stay here, or if you want to try to go into your plies, if your knees are okay. I'm having a really difficult time finding my center. Okay, I'm going to focus for a second. I'm pushing my heels into the board to get my body weight up. Wow. 4, it's challenging. And 3, 2, and 1. Hold it down. See, you shouldn't feel so bad about yourself, right? I'm struggling. Woo, my inner thighs are burning. Press the heels into the board, squeeze up. Wow, bring your toes forward. Step and tap, step and tap. That was good. 4, and 3, and 2, and last one here. Good. Okay, now step behind the 2 and 2. I am going to find that center right away. Tuck that pelvis under. Tighten your glutes. And when you're ready, let's go back into those rows. Now push your hips back slightly. Here we go. Exhale up. Are you pulling your abdominals in? Are you exhaling up? Tight ones at the top. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. Full range. 8 counts. Here we go. Extend. Exhale up. Remember, if you need to increase the resistance, you can choke up on the band, or you can graduate up. I lost count. Sorry about that. 2 more times, I think. And hold it at the top. And release. Okay, just rock side to side. You can hook them back if you like. I'm hanging on to the handles. So it's a shift. Press into the outside of that heel.